Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where space where growth is intentional. And through Easter I've been self-reflecting a lot, and I'd like to share a little bit of wisdom on whatever I've been self-reflecting on. So yeah, I hope you'll get to pick something out of it and help you improve and be more self-aware as we navigate life, which obviously we know it's quite crazy. So actually I want to talk about self-preservation from a point of view of every area of our lives, not just I just want to lean on a specific place like dating or something of the sort. So my personal definition of self-preservation is more of protecting yourself, your inner peace. Those points where you tell yourself, I gotta put me first. I gotta put myself first in every situation. It sounds selfish and might not sound morally correct, but at the end of the day, you are the main character of your story. So a little self-preservation can't hurt. So in this way, we want to talk about self-preservation in a way that you get to understand yourself, set your boundaries, and you get to not betray yourself for the sake of validation or for the sake of people pleasing. Because personally, I think people pleasing is mainly the reason why you always go back and think about situations and feel guilty about it. It's because you've betrayed yourself and have not maintained your boundaries between you and other people. So naturally, we are taught to self-sacrifice mostly. The world requires us to just give, be compassionate, show love, show that you care. But then, what about yourself? So we find ourselves mostly giving people premium kind of treatment and giving ourselves the low kind of quality treatment. And there's an imbalance in that because we mostly give with the mindset of getting something back. And when you don't get that something back, you kind of feel bad about it. So you can always bet on yourself. So meaning taking care of your peace, setting your boundaries between you and people, and looking out of relationships that don't serve you. I don't mean just romantic relationship, because we know the bad thing is our current generation, we relay everything on romantic relationships, and we fail to look for accountability in friendships, from our parents, from those other kind of platonic kind of relationships at workplaces, because we think life has to revolve around love and relationships. I'm not against love though, but self-preservation, according to me, it's, let's say, I'm more of an observant person because of maybe my field of work, or maybe just because I'm a Gen Z, more observant, more in touch with my emotions, which most people have encouraged, but it's very important because it kind of helps you get in touch with people and be relatable with people, because so self-preservation is something I've got to learn and watch men have it naturally in them. Okay, they've not been taught, but with time as they grow, they get to learn that the way they've been programmed, it's not the way, it actually doesn't serve them, and they're not guilty or they don't feel shame when it comes to choosing themselves and their peace. I know you guys get me. It's just a situation where they'll just grind the earth till they get to figure out what they want. And like as women, we are willing to drop everything. You're willing to drop your dreams. You're willing to drop even yourself. You're even willing to change who you are, or you're willing to even start liking what somebody likes just because you want to be chosen and be seen. Well, unfortunately, life is not a competition, and like I said, you have to be the main character of your story. When you move like that, it's easier for you to practice self-preservation in every aspect, be it work, be it when it comes to your family, be it when it comes to your friends, be it when it comes to your person and all that. It comes a long way. So it's about, like I said, choosing peace over pleasing, because at the end of the day, you don't wanna live through life and get drained by others and end up feeling empty and end up feeling bad about yourself. So as you navigate through self-improvement, and as a young adult, as a Gen Z, once again I'm a Gen Z, we are a generation, we've come to notice that there are a lot of things we've been programmed since we were childhood that are a lie. Like, we are people who are into breaking free. That's why we mostly talk about breaking generational curses. It's not just about what happened within our parents, it's about the things we've been taught. We are here to go against the system and the things we've been programmed to do, because we are realizing that's not how life is meant to be. It's not making sense. It's not mathing the way we've been taught to handle stuff. So at the end of the day, you realize you have to be confident, you have to be smart. There's like all that you need to have. But then, even in as much as you work so much to achieve all that, if you don't love yourself enough, and if you don't prioritize yourself, and if you don't put yourself first, all of these things won't make much more sense, because you'll figure out you're doing it for other people, to be seen, to be chosen, to be ranked a certain way, but what about yourself? So self-preservation is courage. It's not selfishness. It's just about being courageous. It's saying, no, this serves me, this doesn't serve me. No, I like this, I don't like this. Because we are also in a generation where peer pressure is all over. Let's say, for example, you go out, you'll take hard liquor just because you want to please your friends. Then it makes you puke, it gets you sick and all that. Or you put on a certain outfit, you don't feel comfortable, but you just want to put it on because people think you look good on it, or because you want to fit in. But how about I told you, it's okay to look different, it's okay to not fit in, as long as you're true to yourself and you're honest with yourself. It kind of gives you that kind of comfort, and you always find your people along the way. And being authentic, self-preservation also helps you be authentic. When you're authentic, you kind of attract your people, and at least you get to not attract mediocre kind of people. I'm not in an offensive way, but it kind of helps you sieve the kind of people you get to interact with your life, because I think I believe in a saying, you attract who you are, you attract what you are, because the way people you see the world through the way you are in the inside. Even the people you interact with, they're like a reflection or a projection of who you are. So I think that's why it's very important to be self-aware, to get to know yourself, understand yourself, and through that, don't forget to just love yourself, take care of yourself. Through that, when your cup is full, you can easily share. If it's love, if it's compassion, you can't relate with compassion if you yourself don't show yourself that compassion. You can't love somebody when you don't love yourself. You won't have the capacity. So this lie that we tend to think that somebody else can give us something better, it's a lie. You have to possess it first to be able to express it or show it to somebody in a loving and in a normal and healthy way, without dependency or something of the sort. So yeah, so it's a whole broad topic, but it's a step at a time, one day at a time kind of thing. It's something you get to learn through petty decision making. Like I told you, like saying, no, I don't like this. This works for me, this doesn't work for me. No, I don't have to do this because you're doing that, in a such a way. So as we navigate life, not that it has to be easy, but at least we need to have the tools to be able to have a little bit of ease as we live through it. But doesn't mean it's a solution to, or a shortcut to, or a solution to every problem. But I know it will come in handy. So thank you for joining in, and I hope this makes an impact or teaches you a little thing, two or more. And I hope to see you guys again in my next videos as we go through this journey of self-awareness and self-growth, and get to consume the right and healthy